On today's video, we are going to talk about ice cream recipe books, which ones you should try if you're a beginner and which ones to avoid. I've had tons of ice cream recipe books over the years, and some are much better than others, especially if you're looking at it from a scientific point of view. If you're looking at it from just you want some recipes, you don't care whether they're good or not, then just go to Amazon and type in ice cream recipe book and you will see hundreds of absolute rubbish. So if you've followed this channel for a while, I've hundreds of recipes on here from ones back in the UK that use full-on fatty double cream, to single cream, to half and half, to Canadian whipping cream, everything in between. Vegan, non-vegan, fatty, fat, and sugar-free, keto, protein, all of them. Now, it's taken me years to really learn how to make ice cream well, and it's not really super difficult. I'm not doing anything groundbreaking. All I've done is over the years learn what ingredients are important and what they do within the actual recipe itself. So let's start with one recipe book that most people that like ice cream have probably seen, and that is this one, Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream and Dessert Book. This is shit. This is one of the worst ice cream recipe books out there, from Ben & Jerry's too, probably the biggest name in ice cream in the world. But why is this so bad? It's bad because they use a standard base that you then modify with a couple of ingredients. So it tells you about theory, but actually doesn't tell you anything about theory at all. It's just words. And then after it explains the theory, it tells you the three different bases where they use light cream and condensed milk, which doesn't make wonderful ice cream. Condensed milk it's almost like a cheats ice cream. It has a really weird flavor compared to natural churned ice cream. It's functional and it will get you out of a pinch. I've done condensed milk recipes on here and they taste, great because I've modified the recipes to suit, but you're not going to get the epitome of perfection by using condensed milk in your ice cream. And it kind of just goes on down this route. Everything's got eggs in because, that's super boring and old-fashioned. And even when you make some of their recipes, they're nothing like the tubs that you would buy. To be fair, the tubs now are nothing like you used to buy 20 years ago. But that one I would just avoid. If you're making ice cream with kids, that one actually is quite good because it's really simple, regardless of whether the recipes are any good, not if you want to improve. So the next is The Perfect Scoop, David Lebovitz. This is an excellent book. If you want to learn about the science of ice cream, and the recipes are predominantly very good, this recipe book is for you. There's another recipe book as well, which I'm going to strongly recommend, but this is strongly recommended ice cream recipe book number 1. It's really well laid out. The book is really high quality. The recipes are excellent. And, the science isn't super in depth in here, but the recipes use a scientific base to create them. So that is an excellent book. If you don't have it, add it to your collection. The next one is the Van Leeuwen recipe book, Artisan Ice Cream. It's actually a really nice kind of, textured book. I like this one. It's a good size, got great pictures in there. The recipes are pretty decent, to be fair. They're not a groundbreaking, but they are good, and they've got some really unusual ones like black sesame ice cream in here. It's a vanilla base, but that aside, you got your basic standard stuff. Rhubarb crumble ice cream. It's got some really nice pictures in here, but they do have a tendency to go over the top with some ingredients like coconut and cashew. The vegan recipes in here all use a cashew base, which is a pain in the a-hole to actually make here. There are much easier ways to do plant-based recipes, but this has got a good selection of plant-based ice cream in, so if that's your bag, This recipe book is a really, really nice one. Love that it's got the reflective kind of writing on the front. If you are into the science of ice cream, this won't help you much, but it has got some decent recipes in. So that's another book to try. If you are in the UK, this recipe book is a fun one to have, Jude's. If you don't live in the UK, Jude's is a national ice cream company, and they have come on leaps and bounds actually over the years. They were quite bland and boring, but then they started to create some really, really nice ice creams. You could buy them in, you still can buy them in UK supermarkets. I used to get mine from Sainsbury's in Calcott near Reading. Yeah, the recipes in here, they are, you know, it's kind of mixed. You've got swirl lollies. A lolly in the UK is a popsicle in North America. I find lolly a much more fun, happy word than popsicle, but popsicle, I don't know, it's got a nice ring to it. Popsicle, lolly. You got some more lollies. Sound very British when I say lollies. Some of the recipes are a bit funky, and that's because they use, you know, the bloody cashew base, which is fine, but again, much better ways. And I find that a lot of these come out way too hard they come out the freezer way too hard, so you need to warm them up for 75 years before you can eat them. And I don't know whether it's just me, but I really, really hate seeing people online do this. Don't put ice cream in a loaf tin. You're going to ruin your fucking loaf tin. Don't be a bellend. That's for making bread, not for putting ice cream in. It's a modern trend that I really hate. So this book is okay if you have got nothing else to spend your money on, but there are much, much better ones out there. The next book is Salt and Straw's Ice Cream Cookbook. I'm going to put a picture on the screen here. This book is really good. I have it digitally, so it's on my laptop. It's got some really nice recipes in there. It's some fun recipes. And Salt and Straw have got a history of doing some really unique flavors, especially around certain holidays like Thanksgiving, you know, turkey and cranberry and all this kind of stuff. So it's a fun one to try. The recipes actually are decent, so don't be afraid of spending money on that one, whether you get the physical copy or the digital copy. Both would be worth it. I had the physical copy. It didn't make it over in the move during the fire, so I have the digital copy now, but really nice inspiration aplenty in that recipe book. So that one is recommended. The next book is this one. Hello, my name is Ice Cream by Dana Cree. This one is possibly the #1 recipe book if you want to understand science behind ice cream a bit more. It's an excellent book and it's really well explained. It doesn't go too much into wordiness. It's not too wordy. It's got some great illustration. The recipes are easy to follow and there's a really, really good selection of recipes on there. So the last one that I'm gonna talk about is Ample Hills. They've actually got a few recipe books out there. And this one is just flat out Ample Hills Creamery. Now, this is long before the original owners got the boot, which is super sad because ultimately Ample Hills has gone downhill since doing that, and the original owners are the nicest people in the world, and I think they are again now making some ice creams, some good flavors, but it's one of those situations that is political, and I'm not getting involved in politics on this channel because I make ice cream. But it's got some really nice flavors in there. The ice creams come out really, really nicely, and some of the flavors are quite unique. Broad selection between fruit-based, dairy-based, and everything else, so give that one a try. Apart from the Ben & Jerry's recipe book, the possibly worst recipe book for a home ice cream maker is Gelato Messina, the recipes. Now, before my American followers get up in arms, because, you know, when I did the comparison, I had serious hate from my Aussie crew. It's not that I don't like Gelato Messina, because the company is excellent and the work that Nick put into that business is second to none. The recipes are great. We have great interaction between themselves and me on social media. It is purely the fact that that recipe book, which is here, was not actually designed for home users, even though in the book it states for home users. The recipes are no good for you making at home. You need commercial stabilizers and commercial equipment. You need to approach these recipes with a commercial mind. They are not like these, which are actually designed recipe-wise and instructionally for home ice cream makers. So folks down under, don't give me serious hate. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm positive, I'm 100% positive that when I eventually get over to Australia and go to Gelato Messina, then the ice cream and gelato that they serve there will be second to none. I am positive of that. But as far as the recipe book goes, it's junk. So there we go. Not a super long video, but out of all the recipe books I'm going to recommend is The Perfect Scoop by David Leibovitz and Hello, My Name is Ice Cream by Dana Cree. These are the two to get you on a better road to ice cream. Obviously, liking, subscribing, and following along with me is going to improve your ice cream no end. But we all need inspiration and we all need information from various sources. So that is what this video is about. If you have an ice cream recipe book that you like, tell me in the comments what it is, why you like it, and I will do my best to get hold of it and have a look, because I love trying other people's ice cream recipes. And actually there's a couple of bloggers that do really good ice cream recipes, you know, and that's because they follow the same path. They created one recipe that's really good and they use that to create others, which is absolutely fine. Because if you're like a baker and you do a broad selection of foods, you can't specialize in one thing. You have to be a bit broad-shouldered and take on a bit of a jack of all trades. But if you hone down into one specific thing, like ice cream on this channel, we can branch out and look at other ways of doing things, whether that's low sugar, low fat, no eggs, loads of eggs, no dairy, loads of dairy, all those kind of things, high protein, low protein, keto, plant-based. Literally the list could go on forever. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.